It's a new year and a new World Tour season. There's been some chopping and changing amongst the teams and their sponsors, so here's everything you need to know about the bikes of the 2020 World Tour. Before we get into it though, don't forget to subscribe to the Cycling Weekly YouTube channel. While the name may have changed from Bahrain-Merida to Bahrain-MCLAREN, the bikes remain the same, with the team riding Merida bikes in 2020. Expect to see new signing Mark Cavendish racing aboard the Merida Reacto, while the climbers Wout Poels and Mikkel Landa will use the Merida Sculptura. The team is sponsored by Shimano, Fulcrum and Continental, and will use an SRM crankset and power meter. Title sponsor Canyon will provide its Aeroad, Ultimate and Speedmax models for the racers of CANYON-SRAM Racing, including Alison Hannah Barnes and Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. SRAM's ETAP AXS group set takes care of the gearing, while the team will roll on Zip wheels and Schwalbe tyres. AG2R La Mondiale will continue to ride Eddy Merckx bikes for the 2020 season. It's likely the French team will choose between the 525 disc, the brand's aero bike, and the Stocku 69, the brand's lightweight bike. Having swapped from Campagnolo to Shimano for the 2019 season, the French team are continuing with the Japanese giant's Di2 components for 2020, all except the crankset and power meter that is, which is provided by Rota. Mavic wheels and Vrijdenstein tyres round out the package. "2020 sees the Kazakhstani team start riding Villiers bikes. The likes of Jakob Fuglsang and Miguel Angel Lopez will be riding the Villiers Zero SLR, equipped with Karima wheels, Wolfpack tyres and a Shimano Dual Race Di2 group set. The team will also ride the Villiers Turbine when racing against the clock in the season's time trials. There are no headline changes at BORA HANSGROHE for 2020. The German team will carry on using specialised bikes, meaning Peter Sagan will have the option of the Venge, Tarmac or Roubaix depending on the parcours. They remain sponsored by Shimano, will use Roval wheels and make use of Wahoo cycling computers. CCC team remains sponsored by Giant Bikes in 2020, giving them use of the Giant TCR, Propel or the Trinity TT bike. It's an almost completely in-house build with the bikes using Giant's cockpits, saddles, tyres, power meter and Cadex wheels, which are a premium line of race-ready hoops made by the brand in-house. There is some external sponsorship, with Shimano providing its Dual Race Di2 group set. It's a little different for the CCC Liv World Tour team, who will ride aboard the Liv Langma and the MV Liv Aero bike. They'll be sponsored by SRAM components, including sister company Quark, as well as Cadex wheels and parts. COFIDIS swapped from Quota to De Rosa for 2020. In fact, it's almost an Italian full house, with the team using Fulcrum wheels and a Campagnolo Super Record 12-speed EPS group set, albeit with an SRM power meter. French tyre brand Michelin rounds out the build. Deceuninck Quickstep remains sponsored by Specialized for 2020 and will be hoping for a repeat of Julien Alaphilippe's Tour de France ride. The team will make use of the brand's complete line of racing bikes, including the Tarmac, Venge, Roubaix and Shiv TT bike. They'll use a Shimano Dual Race Di2 group set and Roval wheels. EF Pro Cycling remain on Cannondale bikes for the 2020 season, making use of both the brand's aero bike, the System 6, and its lightweight bike, the Super 6. The bikes use a Shimano Dual Race Di2 group set with Cannondale's SI Spider Ring chainrings and an FSA power meter. The bikes roll on Vision wheels and Vittoria tyres and use Vision's integrated cockpits. The French teams remain on fellow French brand Lapierre for the 2020 season, making the most of the brand's Zalius and Aircode bikes. Shimano, which provides the group sets, will also provide the wheels for the teams, and Continental and Pro Components will both provide equipment for both the men's and the women's teams. Long-time sponsor Pinarello remains partnered with Team INEOS for the 2020 season, looking to add a few more Grand Tour victories to its collection. The riders will race aboard the Pinarello Dogma F12 and the Bolide time trial bike. The team also remains with its other long-term sponsors, including Shimano, Physique, Continental, and Pinarello's sister company Most Handlebars and Stems. Belgium team Lotto SOUDAL remain on Belgian Ridley bikes for 2020. Ridley's lightweight Helium will be used in the hills, while the brand's Noah Fast will be used on the flats, and the Dean Fast TT bike against the clock. The team remain one of the few to race with a Campagnolo group set, making the most of the Italian company's super record EPS 12-speed Gruppo, as well as Campagnolo wheels. Scott Bikes remain title sponsor for both the men's and women's Australian World Tour team in 2020, giving the riders the use of the Scott Foil Aero bike or the lightweight Scott Addict RC. The bikes are complete with Syncross finishing kit, Pirelli tyres, and a Shimano Dura-Ace Di2 drive chain and wheels. The big change at Movistar for 2020 is the switch from Campagnolo to SRAM group sets. Both the men's and women's team will now be using SRAM's wireless 12-speed ETAP AXS group set, as well as its sister company Zip wheels. Other than that, it's business as usual at Movistar, with the team remaining on Canyon bikes for the 2020 season using both the Ultimate and the Aeroad. The bikes are finished using Physique saddles. A headline change sees Dimension Data swap to NTT Pro Cycling for the 2020 season. Other than that though, the team will ride aboard the same BMC bikes, making use of the Team Machine SLR disc. The bikes remain spec'd with the same components, including a rotor chain set and power meter, and they'll roll on the same MB wheels. Jumbo-Visma stays much the same for 2020, retaining the award for best name in the peloton. They'll be racing aboard Bianchi bikes again this season, making use of both the Specialissima and the Ultra, as well as the Aquila time trial bike. Other sponsors include Shimano, FSA, Vision, Vittoria and Physique, while power measurements are taken care of by 4i. Katusha Alpecin is no more, and there's a new name on the World Tour, Israel Startup Nation. The team, including riders Dan Martin, Andre Greipel and Alex Dowsett, are taking on the Tour de France for the first time, riding aboard the Factor 02, the Factor 1 Aero bike and the Slick time trial bike. Other sponsors include Shimano, 4i, Ceramic Speed and Black Ink wheels. Cervelo continues to provide race bikes for both the men's and the women's SUNWEB teams for 2020, including the R5, the S5 and the P5 models. The bikes use a Shimano Dura-Ace Di2 group set and power meter, as well as Dura-Ace wheels and Continental tyres. A long-time coffee and bike collab, TREK-SEGAFREDO, continues into the new decade. Alongside Espresso, both the men's and women's team racers can expect to find the Aero Trek Madone, the comfortable Trek Demane and the lightweight Trek Amonda at their disposal. The teams will use SRAM's ETAP AXS group set, Pirelli tyres and, of course, Bontrager finishing kit. UAE-TEAM Emirates keep hold of their classy Colnago bikes for 2020, making use of the C64, the Concept Aero bike and the K1 TT bike. The team is one of the few using Campagnolo this season, with the other great Italian brand providing the group set and wheels for the riders. Other sponsors include Vittoria tyres and Stages power meters. Cipollini provide the bikes for the BTC Ljubljana, so named after a shopping centre in Ljubljana, the capital of Slovenia. The team will be riding on the RB1K, the NK1K and the NK-TT time trial bike. Other sponsors include Campagnolo, Vittoria, 4i and Dada. So there you go, the comprehensive list of the 2020 World Tour bikes. For what it's worth, out of the 27 men's and women's World Tour teams for 2020, that's 17 riding with Shimano group sets, 6 with SRAM and 4 was Campagnolo. Which bike would be your pick? and which have your favourite paint jobs? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the Cycling Weekly YouTube channel.